All right, I'm delighted to introduce Christine Lamb from Financial Investment Group. Christine is at an exciting juncture in her career as she anticipates a significant transition over the next year. Professionally, she's thrilled about the potential opportunity to become one of the partners of her firm when the senior partner retires later next year. She's especially eager to work alongside her longtime partner, Rachel, ensuring a smooth and intentional transition to support their clients during such a big change. On a personal note, Christine's cherishing the milestones of her new baby. His recent babbling, especially early in the morning, brings her immense joy, and she's eager to and looking forward to their first family vacation and the experience of taking him on an airplane. Outside of her professional and family life, Christine has a background as a competitive tennis player, and recently she has transitioned a little bit more into playing pickleball, appreciating its less intense nature and the more accessibility of the pickle courts in the area. She's also incredibly proud of her pro bono financial advising work for women in domestic violence through the nonprofit Bradley Angle. Additionally, Christine has found BNI to be an enriching experience, especially this past year during her presidency with our chapter, and she's honored by the accomplishments of our chapter and the outstanding leadership team alongside her. Please join me in welcoming Christine, and I'll hand it back over to you, Christine, and I'll give you a 2-minute warning.
Great, thank you. I'm pulling up my slides here. All right, go back to screen share. Sorry, it's difficult to do share. Okay. See, I always tell people to be ready, and now I'm the one who's not ready. Are you guys seeing the right screen, or do I need to change my screen?
It looks right to me.
Are you seeing my notes, or are you seeing the other?
Nope, seeing the presentation.
Okay, perfect. All right. Welcome everybody to my presentation today. We will be talking about retirement planning essentials. Before I get started, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the designations behind my name. So the first one is the CFP, which stands for Certified Financial Planner. This is a designation that is almost like getting your master's degree in financial planning, and it really helps us act as a fiduciary to our clients, meaning that we do what is in our client's best interest always. The second designation is a little bit less well known. It's the Chartered Special Needs Consultant designation. So this allows me to work with families who have family members with special needs better plan for their financial future. I am currently working on an additional certification, which is going to be the Certified Wealth Strategist. And this will help me with families of high net worth plan for some of the more complicated and complex situations that they might deal with. So that's a little bit about me professionally, but I wanted to jump into me personally. So before we had our little baby boy Paxton, our first baby was Gracie Bell. She is pictured there on the left. She is a little pit boxer mix that we rescued during COVID, and she came all the way to us from Texas. So she was our first love, and she has been such a great big sister to our little baby boy. Paxton is pictured on the very right there. That was taken maybe like his 3 months. So he just celebrated 4 months with us last Sunday. And one of the hobbies that my husband and I have picked up in the last couple of years is golfing. So this is a picture of us at the Reserve, which we are new members at. And if you can't see it, Paxton's shirt says, "I'm told I like golfing," because that's true. We're going to force him into enjoy golfing. Okay, so we have a lot of new members here, and I really wanted to share again what my story is and why I do what I do. So this is a picture from our wedding at the Oregon Golf Club during a traditional Chinese tea ceremony. This is when me and Dylan, my husband, present tea to my parents and other elders that we respect. And this ceremony really represents us presenting respect and appreciation back to our parents. And why does this tie into what I do now? Well, I initially went into the finance world because all I wanted to do was help my immigrant parents retire. In learning about all the retirement strategies and how to get them to the financial freedom that they deserve, I found a passion for being able to help other families do this as well. And so I have a lot to thank for my parents when they immigrated here in the 70s with nothing except the clothes on their backs to then give me and my brother the life that we have today. It's all thanks to them that I am in the career that I am today, which I am super passionate about. So that's a little background on why I do what I do. But let's jump into the importance of retirement planning. So I heard a little bit of chatter when you guys had come back from your breakout rooms about what your retirement planning goals were. And some of the things that I saw in there was financial independence, some stability, and more so, which I enjoyed seeing, was actual things that people wanted to do, like art and gardening and having a vineyard. And those are all the real life things that I think are important to retirement planning, but figuring out how to get there is important as well. And so when we think about retirement planning with our clients, not only is financial independence something worth considering, but we also help our clients work through how do we protect you from inflation? Because things are going to cost more 20 years from now than it does today. Same thing with things like healthcare costs. Those are appreciating at a higher inflation rate than groceries, for example. And so it's important for us to help clients think through and plan for these additional healthcare costs. One big thing is not outliving your money. And that is one of the things that I hear clients say over and over again. Not only do I want to get to being retirement ready, but how do I ensure that I don't outlive my money and that we have that longevity in the plan so that we can continue to enjoy retirement and travel and be with our grandkids. So lastly, leaving a legacy, all in that kind of category, is also the important pieces of retirement planning. So I really enjoy having
You're muted
What?
somehow.
No, I'm hearing.
Wow.
you.
Yeah, I can hear.
Oh,
There you go.
Okay. was it? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Good to go on my slides too. I
Yeah.
can't see you. So, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Anyway, so that is all the importance of retirement planning that I have the privilege of talking to my clients about each and every day. A little bit of trivia for you. So, do expenses in retirement, A, increase after retiring, B, decrease after retiring, C, stay about the same, or D, who knows what the future holds? Feel free to drop it in the chat. Okay. A little bit of a mixed bag here. So actually, I think a lot of people have the misconception that after you retire, that your expenses may decrease. However, it's actually C. It stays about the same for many reasons. The first thing is a lot of people think, well, in retirement, my mortgage is going to be paid off, so that should decrease my expenses. But what they don't think about on the flip side is, yeah, your mortgage and your debt picture might be a little bit lower, but now we have to consider things like healthcare costs or long-term care planning, which kind of balances back out those costs. In addition, a lot of times people don't really change their lifestyle just because they retire. So if you enjoy traveling now, you're not going to all of a sudden not enjoy traveling when you're in retirement. In fact, you're probably going to do a little bit more of those hobbies and those interests, which could cost more money. So when I have these conversations with clients, it's really planning out what does your current lifestyle look like, and then keeping that expectation realistic that expenses probably are not going to decrease after you retire. It may increase a little bit or stay about the same. Now, let's talk a little bit about setting retirement goals. So we just covered this a little, right? So defining your lifestyle. Retirement looks different for every single person. Even when I posed that question for your breakout room, everyone had a different idea of what retirement means to them. So sitting down with clients and talking through what their lifestyle looks like and how to define that lifestyle is something that we spend a lot of time doing because not every single plan looks the same. But the second piece to that is
2 minutes.
How do I calculate my retirement needs once the lifestyle is defined? And so sometimes may walk clients through this example calculation, which I'm not going to walk through, but basically you find the gap of what your retirement income is, and you figure out, you work backwards, how do you plan for that? And when you see that bottom number there, that you need additional savings of a little over $1 million, a lot of people are like, well, shoot, I don't know how to get there, right? What we do here on our team is not only will we help you with that savings gap and ways to get you there, but we look at it in a more comprehensive way, because sometimes it's not just talking about your lifestyle. It's how do we account for healthcare? How do we account for travel? Do we need to buy additional cars in retirement? And do you want to leave any money to your heirs? Because legacy planning is a huge part as well. So we have tools here to help clients look at it in a more comprehensive way. I wanted to quickly highlight the different types of retirement accounts. And this is obviously something that regular people don't deal with every single day. But as financial advisors, we have the tools and the resources to help you define what is the best way to save for retirement, because each of these accounts operate a little bit differently and they have different contribution limits. So always consult with somebody to plan for retirement, because you have a lot of options. Next, true or false, really quick. Social Security benefits are sufficient to cover all of your retirement expenses. True or false? Yeah, you guys nailed it. So Social Security is probably going to cover maybe 40% of your retirement lifestyle. When we think about retirement, I like to break it down into two things: accumulation phase and decumulation phase. During your accumulation phase, we want to think about what are the different types of assets that we can build, so that when you are in your decumulation phase, we have various income sources to cover your expenses. So Social Security is only going to cover 40% of it. Where are you going to get the rest of the income sources? And that's where planning comes into mind, and planning is super important. Lastly, I want to talk really quickly about tax efficient planning and how all of that plays into retirement. So think of yourself having these 4 different tax buckets, and most people have their taxable bucket filled. This is going to be your savings accounts, your CDs and your bonds and things like that. The goal here is, as you near retirement or go through retirement, is to move into the tax deferred bucket, which is 401ks, IRAs, or even the tax-free bucket like Roth IRAs, life insurance, and then ultimately your income and estate tax-free bucket, which if you have questions on that, talk to me about it. This is what we're here for. Okay, very last thing. I wanted to introduce to you my team here at Financial Investment Team. We just brought on a new advisor. So everybody at the top there are our planners here at the office. We've got tax individuals as well, and very experienced portfolio managers, and an amazing support staff. So if you call into our office, you'll always get somebody, and we're looking to continue to build out our team. So we're excited to be adding more members, but this is our team. So it's not just me that you get our entire team. I want to say thank you really quick, because I know I'm a little bit over time and Whitney's being very generous about it. Here's my contact information. Please contact me if you want to have a little bit of a retirement analysis done. I'm always happy to have a consultation with you all. Okay, I'm done, but not really, because I'm going to still talk. Whew. Let's pause recording.